So let's talk about the future. In a world that's, well, let's be honest, it's constantly throwing curveballs, how can any business really get ready for what's coming? That's the big question we're digging into here. We're going to break down a really powerful guide for navigating all this unpredictability. And I want you to really think about this for a second. Is your business, your team, truly prepared for what's next? I'm not just talking about your plan for the next quarter. I mean, are you ready for the big, unexpected turns? Because if there's one thing we've all learned recently, it's that what's next is almost never what we think it's going to be. Okay, so first up, we've got to get a handle on the environment we're all trying to operate in right now. This is the why. It's the reason a new way of planning isn't just a nice to have anymore, it's absolutely critical. Just look at what you're up against. You've got these immense economic pressures, like rising costs, squeezing you from one side. Then, at the same time, your customers, your whole market is shifting under your feet. And on top of all that, you have these totally unpredictable risks popping up. When all those things hit at once, yeah, it's like a perfect storm of chaos. And this really gets to the heart of it, right? It's a huge mindset shift. Are you just a passenger getting tossed around by whatever the market throws at you? Or are you the pilot actually steering your business through the storm? For small and medium-sized businesses, planning isn't some luxury anymore. It's what puts you in the driver's seat. So, making that shift from being a passenger to becoming the pilot, well, it requires a whole new mantra. It's about totally changing the way we even think about what's coming down the road. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But it's actually incredibly profound. So much of what we call business planning is really just a fancy form of guessing. We're trying to predict this one single correct version of the future. This little phrase is a call to action to just stop doing that. And here's what that difference looks like in the real world. When you're in guessing mode, you're always reacting. You're constantly putting out fires. A sudden market shock can be a total disaster. But when you switch to preparing, it's a whole different ballgame. You've already built resilience right into your strategy. It means you can make proactive choices and actually turn some of those challenges into opportunities. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you get from that reactive side of the chart over to the proactive side? Well, turns out there's a specific tool for that. It's called scenario planning. And its real power is in a pretty simple idea. Just stop trying to predict the one correct future. Instead, it's a structured way to imagine multiple possible futures. You know, the good, the bad, and the really weird ones. So you can build one single, solid plan that actually works no matter what happens. And the great thing is, this isn't some vague, abstract concept. It's a clear, three-step process. First, you figure out the big forces of change that could impact you. Then, you use those to imagine a few different plausible futures. And finally, you use those stories, those scenarios, to build one tough, resilient core strategy that can handle whichever future actually shows up. All right, so that's the framework. Now for the really important part. What does this actually mean for you and for your business? How do you make this your next strategic move? You know, the best part is how accessible this is. You don't need a massive corporate strategy department to do this stuff. It doesn't matter if you're a small business owner, a consultant advising others, or really any decision maker who's got responsibility for the future. This framework is built for you. And that's really the end goal here. It all comes down to resilience. Not just surviving the tough times, but having the strength and the flexibility to actually thrive because of them. It's about creating a business that can bend without breaking. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The future is completely unwritten. The real advantage isn't in trying to predict it perfectly, but in being ready for whatever version of it comes our way. The only question is, which one will you be ready for?